before, after. If you want to learn how to get healthy hair in 2025, then you should definitely watch this video.
Disclaimer, I'm not a healthcare professional. I'm just giving advice and stuff that has worked for me. So if you have any serious or really serious hair issues, I feel like you should definitely go to a healthcare professional. And yeah, hope you enjoy this video. So this is part 1 of my hair care video because I realized it was going to be long. But this video right now is split into 5 parts: hair porosity, internal care, pre-wash, wash, and post-wash.
If your hair is damaged, then you should definitely get a big chop, because if you don't get a big chop and your hair is damaged, these hair care tips probably won't work, just because of the fact that hair that is already damaged is really hard to kind of reverse the damage and get it shinier without cutting it. And I made that mistake. For a year I did not cut my hair, and my hair's health was okay, but it wouldn't get healthier. And finally, when hairdresser, she told me, I came in for a trim, and she was like, no, we need to cut up here because your hair is damaged. So yeah, that was great. But I'm really happy that she did that. Otherwise, I probably would not have, gotten that haircut. Hair porosity. Well, what is hair porosity? Well, the hair porosity is your hair's ability to absorb and retain moisture, which is determined by how open or closed your hair cuticles are. So if you look at the chart that I put up, yeah, beautiful. Those little kind of roof shafts looking things are the cuticles of your hair. So what are the differences between low, high, and medium porosity? Well, low porosity hair, your cuticle is closed, and your hair has a harder time absorbing, moisture or water. So a good example, because I have low hair porosity, is, first of all, if you go into the shower and you notice that your hair doesn't really get soaked fully, it kind of beads, like these little beads, kind of come down your hair, that's probably a good sign your hair is low porosity. Or if your hair, is prone to buildup, it takes a long time to dry, and, you can also do the bowl test to figure out your hair porosity, which I'll be talking about after I explain the other 2 hair porosities. So the next hair porosity we have is medium. So the cuticle on a medium hair porosity is not closed like a low porosity or open like a high porosity. It's kind of like in between, you know what I mean? And with medium porosity, your hair has a good time holding water and keeping the moisture in, which I don't know much about medium hair porosity, so I can't really give much examples, but I can tell you how to find it with the bowl test. So we will go talk about high porosity next. The last porosity is high porosity. High porosity is basically just the opposite of low porosity in terms of if the cuticle is closed. It's not. High porosity hair, the cuticle is open, and so that means that your hair is able to absorb or soak up water easily, but it's not really able to hold it, hold it in place because of the fact that the cuticles are opened. Now, some examples of, high porosity hair is obviously if your hair soaks up water easily, if it dries easily, and if it's prone to getting tangled easily, which honestly, to be honest, I feel like all hair porosities have that, but high porosity has a bit more. I feel like that's what I'm kind of guessing. But I know a lot of people are saying that if you have high porosity, that means your hair is high and damaged, and low porosity means it's low and damaged. But I'm not really sure if that's true because I haven't seen much research on it, so take that with a grain of salt. So next we will be talking about is the bowl test. So what is the bowl test? Well, the bowl test is just a test where you take a strand of hair that is clean and like freshly kind of washed, and there's no like products like leave-in conditioner or like an oil, because that can affect your hair porosity. And so what you do is you take a bowl of water and you like take a strand of your hair and you place it in the bowl of water and you wait for like maybe like around a few hours, and where like the hair's placement in the water affects the outcome, like what your hair porosity is. Like if it's at the top, it's low porosity. If it's at the bottom, it's high porosity, and if it's in the middle, then it's medium porosity. And I'm gonna show a video for my visual people.
Have you heard of hair porosity? Today we'll be testing ours to see how well our hair absorbs moisture. Understanding this will let us know what products we need to use for our hair type. All you're going to need is a cup of water and strands of clean hair. Let it sit for a few minutes and see if the hair falls on the top, middle, or bottom of the cup. If it stays at the top, it is considered low porosity, meaning it does not absorb moisture easily. If it stays in the middle, it is medium porosity, meaning it absorbs moisture normally. And high, meaning it easily absorbs moisture but can lose it just as fast. Mine stayed at the top, meaning my hair has low porosity. Test out your hair porosity and let us know.
Now, we're in the second part of the video, or chapter. So this part is internal, and I really wanted to include this, part near the start, because I feel like most hair care videos here don't really tend to, tell this part, but you gotta take care of yourself internally if you want healthy hair, which means you gotta eat well. I know, it's hard for me too, but just eat a lot of protein, like fish, chicken, and also you should eat a lot of tree nuts if you can, but obviously portion control for my people who like to point out stuff that people say that isn't perfect. But also exercise, that's really good, because it gets the blood flow. When you exercise, you get, usually the blood flow goes to your brain, and also it's good for your body too. Also, try to minimize stress, because stress can cause hair loss, which I know that's really hard for some people, but hey, we're done with exam season, or I am. But yeah, and definitely drink a lot of water, because if you're dehydrated, that's just going to cause a bunch of horrible stuff. But yeah, this part was kind of short, so we will be moving on to the third chapter.
Pre-wash. Okay, so what I do before I wash my hair is I oil it. And so the oils that I use are rosemary oil, which I'll have to talk about that. Just watch this part if you're gonna buy rosemary essential oil. And I use argan oil, this coconut oil from OGX, because of the fact that I have low porosity hair. So low porosity hair, I recommend, if you have it, to get lightweight oils. High porosity, get heavier oils like coconut and castor. So the oil that I use, it's this mix of aloe vera, green tea, and olive oil, I think. But olive oil is thick, but the oil itself mixed together is not thick. And I also use rosemary essential oil, which please, if you are going to buy rosemary essential oil, dilute it with a carrier oil. Okay, unless you're gonna get a mix the Miel one, which you don't need to dilute that one, I'm pretty sure. Please dilute your essential rosemary oil. If you take one thing from this video, let it be that. Because otherwise, I heard people have gotten, really bad reactions to just the essential oil. And so before I oil my hair, I massage it for 2 minutes, because I ain't doing 5 minutes, and to just get my scalp warm. And then I take the oil. Now I use a dropper, and I hover it over my scalp. I also forgot to mention this, but I mix in a little bit of the carrier oil and 3 drops of the rosemary oil, if y'all are wondering. And so I rub it in my scalp. I don't rub it, but I kind of run it, I don't know, through my scalp. And then after that, I apply this coconut oil serum to my mids to ends, because I need moisture, and that's like the only oil I have right now. And then I braid my hair. Also, your hair can have multiple porosities at once. The kind of most of my hair is low porosity, but when it gets to my ends, they're kind of high porosity. So just so you know, that's why I use coconut oil on my mids to ends. And now we will be getting to wash.
Okay, so before we even get into what I personally do and I recommend doing in the shower, you might be wondering, when should I wash my hair? I mean, I see a lot of people on the internet say once a week or every day or like every 3 days, but it just comes to one thing: wash when you need to. Okay, and this can be determined by anything like hair texture, hair type, lifestyle. I have a really greasy scalp, and dry ends, and my hair can only look good for 2 days, like max. So I wash my hair every other day. And also, a lot of people don't mention this, but if you're confused on what washing your hair is, it's just using shampoo and conditioner, like that kind of basis. And I don't wet my hair every day. So I used to just wash my hair one day, and then the next day I would just rinse it, which is fine. If that works for you, do it. But I don't, because I feel like that just makes it greasier. So that was just a good intro to wash, and now I'll actually be talking about what I do in the shower to wash my hair. So in the shower, I shampoo twice on my scalp, unless I oil my hair. This is a hot take, but I use this shampoo on my scalp, and I use a bit of shampoo on my mids to ends. A lot of people don't say don't use shampoo on your mids to end, which is good. I feel like that's what you should start off with. But I noticed that shampoo is the only way to get rid of oil from my hair, so that's how I do it. And so I shampoo twice. I'd like to use a clear shampoo because because I have an oily scalp, and a clear shampoos, I'm using the Garnier, I don't know how to say that, the Garnier shampoo. I'll put it up. And honestly, shampoos with sulfates aren't even that bad, to be honest. I recommend Abby Young on TikTok and Instagram, YouTube, if you want a professional's opinion. But honestly, they ain't that bad. I mean, as you can see from my hair. And so after that, I wring out the water, and I apply conditioner, which I use the OGX coconut milk one, and I just apply it onto my mids to ends, and I let it sit for at least 2 minutes in my hair. So I turn off the water. I have music playing for 2 minutes, or
I do for one song. And then after that, I'm in the shower. I rinse it out with a little hotter, warm water, because a lot of people say rinse it out with cold water. I feel like cold water doesn't actually rinse out the conditioner. So I do cold water last. And before I forgot to say this. Avoid using scalding hot water for your hair when you start off, washing your hair journey, because I used to not really use that much hot water, which I love hot water, but yeah. But then now I just use hot water, because my hair is better. But yeah, so now we will be getting to post-wash.
So once my hair is rinsed out and washed, I put it up in a towel for around 5 minutes, and after that 5 minutes, I take it out of the towel and I gently brush my hair. Okay, so I have naturally 2A, wavy hair. It's not even that wavy, but it's wavy. But I don't style it because honestly it looks really bad, and so I guess brushing your hair when it's wet is not really that bad. I feel just don't go ham on it. I use a pink tangle teaser, which I get is expensive, $16. So you can just any brush you have, just gently, don't try not to brush it like you normally would when your hair is wet. So after that, I apply a lightweight oil to my damp hair. I used to use the OGX argan oil. It's not pure argan oil, just so you know, but I'm out of it, so I use like the coconut serum. And then I let my hair air dry for an hour, and then I blow dry, okay? I don't like to fully air dry my hair, okay? Because I feel like when your hair is wet, it is more prone to breakage. So if you just air dry your hair, it's just, and like you move, it's gonna kind of break
More like the longer your hair is wet, I feel like it can cause more damage, if you know what I mean. So after that, obviously I use heat protectant. Like, please use heat protectant. If you don't have heat protectant, try to get yourself some, but I know sometimes you just don't have life, so just use a bit of oil. And so what I do is I part my hair in the middle and I bring it to the front, and I just blow dry a few inches away from my hair, and I kind of move the hair dry around, and so once it's dry, I take in like a cool shot of the cool setting on the blow dryer, and yeah, my hair looks really good personally when I blow dry it versus air drying it. So yeah.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just want to say that everyone's hair type is different, so it might take some trial and error to figure out what hair routines work for you, but I hope this at least helped a bit. But anyways, I hope y'all have an amazing day, and thank you so much for watching till the end.